Hi, it's Walter Burns from Keller Williams City Life Realty and livingonthehudson.com for this week's Living on the Hudson weekly recap. Um, in the past week, the big news article was that mortgage rates did come down slightly. They touched into the high five. So here's the latest article from CNBC regarding that. And just they interview Ivy Zellman, who's a research analyst for real estate, and she talks about like outlook for real estate and rates over the next 12 months. So interesting article. I'll link it down below on YouTube. Also linked down below will be the market snapshot that reviews the inventory levels of available properties in the communities I'm discussing in this video, as well as the absorption rates, the pace at which each market is selling, how many months of supply, and also year to date, how many have sold. And I also included down below the totals for last year's sales. And as I mentioned last week, in the coming weeks, I'm going to publish more of a broader outlook over almost 20 years of market trends and data for the Hudson County area, so you can kind of see how the market's been trending over the past 2 decades. Looking at the market in the past week, there have been 55 properties that have gone under contract in the Hudson County Multiple Listing Service. That means they have offers that are accepted on them. They have not formally closed yet or sold, but they did go under contract with offers accepted. So 55 properties. My video last week covered 2 weeks of data because I took off over the holiday. So my last video showed 179 sales over a 2-week period. So in the past week, there were 55. The video last week, there were 179 over 2 weeks over the holidays. These properties had an average list price of $723,000 and a median list price of $687,000. Last video was $822,000 for the average and $725,000 for the median. So prices that went under contract were down from the last video. Days on market, 86 days on market was the average, and 77 was the median. 55 was the average last time, and 39 for the median. So days on market for these properties was higher, meaning that these properties were listed on the market longer before they went under contract. Looking at several sold properties that actually closed in the past week, up in Guttenberg at the Galaxy Towers. This is 7002 Boulevard East, Unit 25E, 1 bedroom, 1.5 bath, 970 square feet. List price was $388,000. It sold for $382,000, 39 days in the market. It was a cash purchase. Galaxy Towers, 3 towers located around 70th Street and Boulevard East in Guttenberg. It was built between 1976 and 1980. So you have Tower 1, 2, and 3, basically 7000 Boulevard East, 7002, and 7004 Boulevard East. Over 1,000 units in the complex. Each tower has its own 24-hour concierge doorman. They have large level amenities there, indoor pool, outdoor pool, large fitness center. The community overlooks Manhattan. So this particular unit did have a city view, as you can see here. Parking is available to rent on a monthly basis. You can rent, I believe, up to 3 cars. Rents for about $120 a month. The Galaxy, the units there tend to be larger. So the 2 bedrooms tend to be larger than newer developments in the area. So if you're looking for square footage, the building does offer that. And there's studio, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom. There's some penthouse level units that are over 2,000 square feet. So this 1 bedroom is sold to Galaxy for $382,000. Moving into Hoboken, 600 Hudson Street, Unit 2B. This is the Union Club building. 1 bedroom plus den, 1 full bath. List price was $995,000. It sold for $999,000 on the market 8 days. So this is on the corner of 6th and Hudson Street. It used to be a private like club back in like the late 1800s, early 1900s, and then it converted in the 90s into residential rental apartments, and then it converted into condominiums in the late 90s, early 2000s. So this was developed. The condo developer was Iron State, who's a large developer in Hoboken. They built the shipyard. But this is now a resale property, and it looks like it has been updated. So at some point in the past 10, 15 years, somebody has gone in and done some upgrades here. And this is the den room. The building is, as I mentioned, on the corner of 6th and Hudson. It's right across the street from Stevens Institute of Technology. There is parking. However, the parking is down on 3rd and Hudson. So this developer negotiated a deal with the town to have parking spaces in the municipal garage dedicated for this building. So you do park, but it's off-site down the block on 3rd and Hudson. And this unit also had a walkout terrace. And this is sold over at 600 Hudson Street for $999,000 on the market 8 days. Downtown Jersey City, Crystal Point, Hudson River Waterfront Condominium on 2 2nd Street, Unit 3903. This is a 2-bed, 2.5 bath, 1,373 square foot unit. List price was $2,199,000. It sold under asking for $2,125,000. 6 days on the market. Crystal Point was developed by Fisher Properties. They built several buildings in the area, including Liberty Towers at 35 Hudson Street. They built Liberty Terrace at 25 Hudson Street, and they also built Crystal Point. Building was built around 2009, about 240 units, and this is directly on the Hudson River waterfront. It's right up against the river, but it is built on land. It's not a pier building. And it offers spectacular views of New York City, as you could see here from this unit. So the 03 line, which is what this is a direct east-facing, New York City-facing 2-bed, 2-bath. And it also has a terrace. Crystal Point is a concierge building, so they have 24-hour concierge, as well as an outdoor pool, fitness center, large residence lounge area, screening room, game room area. And also there's a large outdoor terrace area that's common space that wraps around the building on the 6th floor. And all units come with valet parking for 1 car. Excuse me. So this 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath has sold for $2,125,000. Pardon me, over at Crystal Point. And linked down below here on YouTube will be all the buildings I'm discussing from my website, livingonthehudson.com. Over at, there's a new building that's around 60 units. So it's not a large scale building, but it's a medium sized building that's was on the market over by Grove Street Path. It's called Columbus House, 139 Christopher Columbus Drive. And there were 2 closed sales in the building. This is right on Columbus and the corner of Barrow. So right by Grove Street Path, across the street from Porta Pizza, if you know where that is. Here you have 2-bed, 2-bath, unit 309. List price was $980,000. It's sold for $980,000. And this is like as I mentioned, more of a boutique style 60-unit condominium building. And it looks like this unit had a terrace. And that sold for $980,000. And there was also a large 2-bedroom, 3-bath duplex with a roof deck that listed for $1,550,000. It sold for $1.6 million. So it went over asking. And here's the building. And this duplex sold for $1.6 million on the market 18 days. Moving a little further north into Weehawken, the Avenue Collection, 1200 Ave at Port Imperial, unit 504, 3-bed, 3-bath, 1733 square foot unit. List price $1,499,000. It sold under asking for $1,450,000. Cash purchase on the market 71 days. Avenue Collection is 2 separate buildings, 1000 Avenue at Port Imperial and 1200 Avenue at Port Imperial. They are separate condo associations, developed by the same developer, though. That's developed by Lennar, large national developer. And this building, it looks like this faced north or south. So it looked across from another building. So it didn't really have the New York City views. Pardon me. So this faced north. So this unit faces north. This is the 1000 Ave at Port Imperial building, a part of the Avenue Collection. So you did have a New York City view off of the terrace. Building has a 24-hour concierge. The 1200 Ave at Port Imperial building also has an outdoor pool, large residence lounge, large fitness area, and parking on site. And this property is sold 3-bed, 3-bath, 1,733 square feet for $1,450,000. And finally, a little further north in West New York at the Hudson Club, 24 Ave at Port Imperial, unit 328. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 753 square foot unit. List price was $488,000. It sold under asking for $473,000 on the market 51 days. Hudson Club, again, also a similar 2-building association. So you have 24 Ave at Port Imperial and 26th Avenue at Port Imperial. This unit faced west, so it looked west towards River Road, and up here is Boulevard East. So it did not have New York City views. Building has 24-hour concierge. You also have access to the amenity building, which is separate from the condo buildings. It's located like half a block from, but really in between the 24 and 26 Ave at Port Imperial building. There's a separate amenity building, which has large fitness center, indoor basketball court, outdoor pool, residence lounge, children's play area, business center. So that's all on site that you have access to. And these are the amenities. Game room. And this unit also came with parking for 1 car, 1-bedroom, 1-bath over at Hudson Club, sold for $473,000 on the market 51 days. So linked down below will be the article from CNBC regarding rates, as well as the market snapshot and all the condo buildings and units that I've discussed for your review. You can also check out other units that may be available for sale, for rent, or that have sold from my website, livingonthehudson.com. These videos come out every Monday discussing the Hudson County real estate market. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me anytime at walter@livingonthehudson.com or at 347-448-3766. Feel free to comment, like, or subscribe down below. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.